All right, guys, today on this Tuesday, we are going to start learning about Rome. Okay, so the location of Rome, the Italian peninsula, was protected by the Alp Mountains, which are going to be up here. Okay, these are where your mountains are. All right, and the Med Sea. After the collapse of Alexander the Great's empire, Rome gradually emerged as the dominant civilization around the Mediterranean and in Europe. And Rome is centrally located, right? It's in the center um, on the Italian peninsula in the Mediterranean basin and distant from those Eastern Hellenistic powers, right? Remember, we said that Alexander the Great's empire was broken up so that places are still there. Rome's going to take over them eventually. Um, so it's distant from those powers. And then the Mediterranean Sea is going to provide protection and seaborne commerce for Rome. It's important to note that geography played a very important role in the development of Rome. Um, the mountains are less rugged than the mountains of Greece, so they didn't have cells of isolated areas, independent city states. They were allowed to grow continuously. And they had more arable land within Rome and were able to withstand a larger population. Um, there were two groups that influenced the Italians or the Latins, excuse me, the Indo-European group that was within Italy, and that would be the Etruscans and the Greeks. The Etruscans significantly influenced Rome because the last three kings were Etruscan. Their form of dress, the toga, came from the Etruscans and their military strategy. So Rome is located near the Tiber River, and it gives it instant access to the sea. But Rome is far enough inland that it could ward off pirates because it was inland. Um, Also, due to the fact that Rome is centrally located, it's going to be a crossroads for trade between Eastern and Western Europe. All right, now let's talk about Roman mythology. Like Greek mythology, it was based upon a polytheistic religion and it was essential to Roman culture, politics, and art. The Romans believed that the observance of proper ritual by state priests brought them into the right relationship with their gods. Remember, they are polytheistic. This guaranteed peace and prosperity within Rome. In fact, the Romans thought that their creation of a successful empire in itself showed that the gods were pleased with them. The politician Cicero claimed that in the first century that the Romans had taken control of the nations, and we're going to talk about how the extent of Roman influence throughout Europe later on in the week. But because of their beliefs in the gods, so the gods viewed them favorably. At the same time, the Romans were tolerant of other religions. They allowed the worship of native gods and goddesses throughout the provinces, and they even adopted some local gods for their own. Augustus brought back the tradition of festivals in within the provinces and ceremonies to revive the Roman state religion, which had declined during the decline of the Roman Republic. The official state religion focused on the worship of a number of god and goddesses, and those included Jupiter, Juno, Minerva, and Mars. Also, beginning with Augustus, officials were declared gods by the Senate, and this kind of elevated the emperors within their society even more. So, Roman mythology can be seen today in our symbols, metaphors, words, idealized images, and of course, throughout architecture as well. So, mythology, as well with the Greeks, it explained human qualities, life events, and natural phenomenon. Jupiter was god of the gods. His equivalent would be Zeus, right? Juno's the goddess of women and children, whose Greek equivalent would be Hera. Apollo was the god of light and medicine. He is the only god to keep the same name when adopted from Greek to Roman mythology. Diana is the goddess of the hunt, whose equivalent is Artemis, and Diana is the twin of Apollo, right? Minerva is the goddess of wisdom and war, whose equivalent is Athena. And Venus is the goddess of love and beauty, whose equivalent is Aphrodite. And then in your notes, you have to label the Greek equivalent. And I just gave those to you. So I hope you've enjoyed today's lesson. I hope you have a great day. Thanks, you guys.